Howdy. Today we're going to take a look at modifications, and in particular a guitar I modified recently. It was a Epiphone Masterbilt Century Deluxe. This has already been, I modified this. You'll see a picture here, it's going to come up, there it is, of what it originally looked like. And it's a pretty guitar. It does not come, when you buy it, it does not come with the pickup on here. It doesn't come with a volume control here. There are volume controls inside this F-hole here, down here, and they're connected to a pickup in here. Now the basic setup of the guitar when you buy it is it's an slightly arched solid spruce top. It's been press arched. It hasn't been carved. Carved tops have a little different tone. Press tops are a little different tone too. They sound honestly a little bit more, especially when they're not pressed very much, they sound a little bit more like a regular acoustic guitar might. And it comes with just sort of a plain tortoiseshell looking pickguard. Here it is right here. That's the original pickguard. It did not come with this nice insert here. I'm going to take that out. It comes looking like that. And again, it didn't have this pickup right here. It has a pickup in here. Just quickly, the statistics on this, or the specifications, are really solid spruce top, laminated flame maple sides and back. You can sort of see the flame in that maple there. Kind of hard to see. There you go. And sides, flame maple sides. The finish is sort of a cross between, it's not quite gloss and it's not quite matte. Somewhere in between, maybe a satin finish. Ebony fingerboard, ebony bridge and saddle. This is a steel and aluminum tailpiece. They use these tuners on here that were supposed to be reproductions of the tuners that they might have used in the 1930s. Back then, if you were to buy new old stock tuners like that, they'd be extremely expensive. Honestly, I'm not particularly happy with these tuners. I might have to do some modification on them. Then of course it has a real pretty inlay on the headstock there. And it's got real pretty inlay on the fingerboard here. I don't know what you would call those, sort of modified diamonds, I guess. And like I said, the headstock is kind of pretty. Has a nice inlay, a little pearl. The problem with this guitar, why I modified it, was that the pickup in the bridge doesn't sound very good. I'm going to play it here for you. I'm going to set it on flat, that is no boost to treble or bass. And this is how it sounds. It's probably okay for strumming, although it's a little bright. I'm not particularly happy with the I like a darker tone, so I installed this magnetic pickup. The pickup that's in the bridge is called a piezo, made by Shadow out of Germany, and they normally make pretty nice products. I'm not particularly happy with this one. But I put in a magnetic pickup, what's a mini humbucker essentially, and it sounds like this. I'm going to turn down the other pickup, and I'll turn this one up. Right? It has a much warmer tone. Right? It's a nice warm tone. warm tone. The guitar itself, acoustically, this comes essentially as an acoustic guitar, since it doesn't have a pickup here. You could play it acoustically. The strings I have on here now are a 12 to 54 Martin Monell or retro string, and they're a little bright on this guitar. That's what it sounds like, just acoustically. Every star above knows the one I love. It's you, sweet Sue. So it's very mid-rangey, a little on the bright side. What you would actually expect from a big body guitar like this. They generally aren't real fat sounding. But it has a nice tone. It's really not bad, and that's why I got it. I wanted it for its acoustic properties, but I had a feeling I was going to have to mount a pickup. So, what are the modifications? Well, as you see in the picture here, there you go. You can see it does not have the pickup I put in. It has a different pickguard, and it does not have the tailpiece insert. It does not have the volume control. So what did I do? Well, I did all of the above. I mounted the pickguard, has two little arms coming off of it here, and I mounted it with one single screw on either side into the side of the neck. If I were to ever remove this, I could easily just fill that. You would never know it was ever there. It would be very easy to fill and hide. Just a tiny, like a 1/16 of an inch hole. And this, the wire runs underneath this pickguard. I cut a new pickguard. This pickguard is actually maple, flame maple, like the sides and back. Except for I stained it ebony so it would match the ebony fingerboard and ebony bridge and saddle. And then I ran the wire back here, put a volume control in. The volume control runs into the guitar and out of a jack on the back here, right there. You can see that I actually have the guitar wired for stereo. You could run both pickups at the same time if you want, into two different amps if you wanted to, or one into a PA, one into an amp, whatever. And the other thing I did, because I didn't really like the plain look of this tailpiece, I went online and tried to find a nice tailpiece. Didn't find anything I liked. I thought, let me modify this. What I did is I took another piece of the same solid flame maple and made a little tailpiece there. You can sort of see the flame in that. It's stained ebony again, 5 coats of finish, shellac finish on here and also on here. And the way this works is I have it set up so that it snaps into place and it won't come off easily. It's not coming off, you can see. And it does a nice job of just sort of finishing up the guitar, giving it a nice look. I really think that turned out nicely. It looks to me sort of simple but elegant. And I like that look. I like that look a lot. It's not too much, not too garish or anything like that. So it's a pretty guitar. There we go, pretty guitar. And that's what I do. I do modifications sometimes. I also do a lot of repair work. People bring me in guitars with bridge or neck or fret or all sorts of problems, and they get it back very quickly and playing often much better than it was when it was brand new. That's just the way I do it. I've been doing this stuff for now over 50 years. Built my first guitar when I was 13 out of just hand tools you find around the house. My mom wasn't happy because I did it in our living room, most of the work. It took me about a month and I just made a horrible mess. She was very, very kind to let me do that. Anyway, and I also do setup work, obviously. This thing plays amazing. Really easy to play. So if you're interested, your guitar needs some work, whether it's repair work, setup work, modification, doesn't matter to me. I love doing the work and I work fast and I'm good at what I do, as you can see. Take care.